Hey everybody, Chad Westport here, and I'm excited to open the new Spider Farmer 4x4 tent. For me, this is moving on up. I'm getting a bigger tent, and I'm really excited to see what I can do with it. So let's open it up and get it put together. Here we go. Alright, so these videos are for transparency. They are first impressions. They're not telling you what companies want you to hear. So I'm just going to be straight up here. These poles, they look great, but they're not as thick as the poles for a 2x4 tent I set up, which you can find that video on my YouTube channel. So this being a larger tent and having smaller diameter poles, it might not mean anything because this might adequately hold all of the weight. So I go to the manual and I try to find what the weight capacity is for this tent, but I don't see anything as far as a weight capacity. So, you know, when you're hanging fans, filters, lights, all of that stuff, you don't want that collapsing on your plants. So they don't have the information here. It looks like I need to head to their website and find out exactly what the weight capacity for this is. Alright, so I went to the website and I found out it's 140 pound capacity for these poles, which, again, more than enough. So despite it being smaller than the other tent I set up, it holds 140 pounds, which should be more than adequate. So we're moving on. Framed up right now, and that took 5 minutes, 10 minutes at the most. Super easy to set up, folks. Now we just need to get the skin on it. Wow, looking at the timestamp, that actually took less than 5 minutes, and that was with me putting one of the connectors on backwards and then figuring it out. So, less than 5 minutes assembly. Super easy, guys. So now we're to the part of putting the skin on, and for me, setting up tents, getting the skin on the frame has always been one of the trickier things to do. This is a bigger tent than I've ever had to put one on, and I'm also doing it just one person. So we'll see how this turns out. What looks to be like a brilliant move by them, they have left the bottom open so I don't have to like stretch it over the bottom and stretch it over the top. According to the directions, I should just be able to lean that frame down into this on its side and then zip it up. So let's see if that's the reality. That was actually very easy. I loved how they left the bottom open so you just slide the frame in. That isn't something I've seen on other tents before. Made it really easy to get this skin on. Again, one person, 5 minutes for the frame, maybe even just 5 minutes for this. So this is one of those tents you can set up in 15 minutes. I like that. So one feature I noticed right away that differentiates this from other tents is this kind of overlap. A lot of tents will have this behind the zipper or, you know, a piece of black felt behind it. This does as well, but this also kind of comes down and just, you know, an extra layer of light leak protection for you. So that's something different. That's new. Right on, Spider Farmer. All right, so on the inside of this, we got our usual vents for air, fresh air intakes on the bottom. We've got this right here. We've got another one on that side. Kaboom. And this looks like, that's probably 8-inch. That'll fit an 8-inch. Another one up here. Another one up there. We got, looks like a 4-inch in the back. Another 8-inch over on this side. Another 8-inch down on that side. And I guess another 4-incher on the bottom. So overall, you know, plenty of places to get your air in and out of this tent. It's shiny. I like it. Alright, take a final look at this completed tent. Spider Farmer 4x4. Looks good to me. I'm excited to get growing with it. I am going to make one more comment about the thickness of these poles in here. Yeah, it's going to work. Yeah, it says on the website that it can hold 140 pounds. I believe it. You know, I kind of pulled on it, but it just feels a little janky. I wish they were a little bit thicker, but I still think it's going to be a great tent to use. That's just my honest opinion.